Woohoo! The way you play your silky goal just blow me away. The way you play, you're invincible. Welcome back to Big Herb the Nerd, and today we have a brand new series dropping on the channel as we look to create the Invincibles tactic. The Arsenal Invincibles 03-04 tactic, the season where they went unbeaten. We're recreating it in Football Manager. I've done a lot of reading around this, and I am excited about this one. This one is different. Different to the gegenpressing and the tiki-taka that we've done previously. If you haven't seen them, go and check out those series. Full series done already on FM18. Yeah, a little bit different this tactic style. It's not all about the counter press and the press and keeping the ball. So gegenpressing was hard, close down, up the pitch, win the ball back, and go for goal. Like everyone attacking forward. Tiki-taka, same sort of pressing, hard press, get the ball, then keep it, slowly play, build your way into the box and score the goal. This one is a little bit more split, and I quite like it because it gives you solid defensive play, very structured defense. And actually, no, it's kind of very structured. You got your defenders do your defenders' job, the midfield two do the midfield job, and your front guys do the attacking. It's like very split out. How we'll get it working in Football Manager, I'm not quite sure. I've played the pre-season. We've got the Charity Shield to play first, so you'll see how it works. But that's against Chelsea, against a big team. But today we're going to do just a little introduction video. We'll play one game against Chelsea in the Charity Shield. I'll introduce you to the team and the tactic. So let's have a look. I was going to try and go for something that wasn't a 4-2-3-1, but again, I've been caught out and I'll have to play a 4-2-3-1. As much as I want to play something else, but it just works so well. So what we'll be looking to do is have the defensive, so that Invincibles tactic that they played was split into very distinct zones. So we'll build them up from the back. So we have got a back four, where we'll be playing with a centre-back on defend, a centre-back as a stopper to cut forward and cut out the ball. Two fullbacks on. I've got one automatic at the moment. I might put one on support. We'll see how they go. I don't want to push them too far forward because we're playing offside trap. And then behind them, a sweeper keeper to sweep up if, they get caught out with the long balls over the top. The idea being we need very quick defenders. See, Saka there. Probably not going to get many games. He's not going to help out. But yeah, playing with a flat back four who have a very strict role. This back five, as it were, their job is to stay in a line, stay structured, be quick, win the ball back in one-on-ones, don't close down too much, don't get drawn into tackles, and kind of force teams to play long balls over the top where we will have a perfect offside trap working, hopefully, within a couple of games. So that's the defenders. The midfield two, we're going for defensive, kind of more defensive roles, but on more attacking sort of, we're not going for defend anyway, we're going for support. So we're going to go over box-to-box midfielder, this being the sort of Patrick Vieira role, getting backwards and forwards, closing down, pushing wherever he needs to go to help with the attack and defend where necessary. So he will do the shuttle in between both boxes, putting him on the box-to-box rather than on the Mazzala, because I really want him getting all the way back and all the way forward. These two roles are going to be knackered. I'm going to need good backups for these roles. And then the other one being a ball-winning midfielder on support as well. So the idea being, this more being the Gilberto role, where he's running all over the shop, doing the closing down for the defenders, so the defenders can stay as a back four. The box-to-box and the ball in midfielder are shuttling about, picking the ball up. By having him on support, he'll win it up here rather than winning it further down, where the defenders are going to be there for one-on-one. So these two will be on close down more, whereas these will be on close down less. And they'll be closing down, pushing them into 2-against-1 scenarios with defenders. So the defenders stay still. The midfielders push people out, try and squeeze them, try and get them to play the long balls from here where the defenders can clear up. So a box-to-box and a ball-winning midfielder, both on support. We're going to get to the front three, where we're going to have, I think we're going to have an inside forward, advanced playmaker, a winger or another inside forward, I can't work out, and a complete forward. So these fill in the roles of Perez and Lundberg, and obviously Henry up top, and Bergkamp. Bergkamp big boots for someone to fill in this middle role. Was going to go for two strikers, have one drop in, be maybe a defensive forward and push in, but we don't, for plays we've got at the moment, we don't have the backing for that. We've got Giroud and we've got Lacazette. Unfortunately, don't really pay attention to the names here because I haven't actually. This is the rotated team. I need to do the team for Chelsea. But yeah, we have an inside forward who will cut inside. I was thinking about maybe going isometrical, so we've got space in different places. So the inside forward can cut inside, the AP can swing round, the winger putting balls over the top to the AP. We'll play with that and move it around, see if that has any difference. Only being because that will leave them more to be more like a front two. But this play is the playmaker. This guy's the playmaker. I've got no playmakers in the back. These will get the ball, punt it forward to one of these one of the sort of wide men or our advanced playmaker, and the box to box will come up and try and help alongside. But this is a pivotal player here, so didn't really want a shadow striker. Someone's going to push too far forward, or someone's going to pick the ball up from the defenders and spray it out. We could really play. We could drop back into sort of a 4-1-2-3. So have a DM and have this role drop into the centre midfield. But again, for the players we've got Özil that plays there. We've got Sanchez who can play there in the middle. We've not got great rotation for it. We'll see. It may be that we drop it down. And Özil just has to learn to play as a central midfielder. And that way we can get the most out of Ramsey as well. We might tweak and set up a couple of formations and try it out. But that's the idea. These three work together. Two of them chase the ball down and do the running. One to be the playmaker. And then you've got your attacking three. Complete forward to play in that Henry role. Because you want them doing anything. You want them on the end of those runs as a poacher. You want them dropping out, pulling wide. Imagine here you've got Lacazette pulling wide, dragging defenders, letting Sanchez or Welbeck come in from the side and pick up the balls from winger, throw him over the top. So I think the IF and winger combination works well. I did it with Liverpool with the gegenpressing. Having one guy whose job is to hit the byline and put the ball in. Another guy who comes in and makes two strikers rather than three, where it can get a bit crowded. So we'll start with that now. Again, based on the players we've got. And like I said, in this role here, we'll have him in as the advanced playmaker on support. So we've got our defense function, our support function, and our attack function. And we'll see how that goes. In terms of team instructions, we're going to go with either control or counter. We've got two set up. Structured for a team shape because we want each section doing their job. We don't want them blending. We want them to stay still. Playing wide because we've got the width there. Playing slightly higher up with the offside trap on. Closing downs on less. We won't change that. I think we've changed a lot more on player instructions this time round because we want that real distinct split between what the defenders and attackers do. We're not going to get stuck in on for yet. Hopefully the tackles will be fine. We won't put it on yet. More direct passing and passing the space on because when we get the ball, we kind of want to, even on control or on counter, we want to push quickly. We want to charge at the guys. We may flick on run at defence to allow them to really push at opposition. When we get the ball back, we want to run. We want to counter attack, even if we're not counter attacking. Counter attack with speed. So that tactic was so successful because when they got the ball back, they all know what they're doing. They were very drilled. They got the ball to the creative guys who went forward and beat defensive lines and scored goals. And as I'm saying that, I'm thinking, yes, definitely. We're going to put run at defence on. So when those wide guys get the ball quickly, they're running down the line. They're beating their man for leaving him for dead on the fullbacks. And then putting it inside. And we're going to have a box-to-box midfielder coming up there. The advanced playmakers hitting the box. And you've got the other attacking player and the striker up top. So we'll hope that works. We'll leave the final third for now. We might have to work the ball into box on. Just because it seems like you have to. Because otherwise you get long shots for days. But like I said, we will play that formation and tweak it slightly for a control and counter. I want two formations working. So the other one we'll have is a counter. Where again, we leave pretty much the same things on. But it just sets us up to let teams attack us. Let our defence do its job as a solid back four. Let those big guys come at us. When we're playing the Man Uniteds, the Arsenals, the Chelseas, they're going to come at us. We're going to use that midfield six here to do the job. These guys stay firm as a wall. These guys try and get the ball back, and as soon as they get the ball back, direct passing out to the attacking players who are going to push hard, counter, and score is the plan. That is the plan. So we've got two copies of the tactic going on at the moment. We've played our pre-season. Let's just have a look at the pre-season. We did well. We won all our games. We played against Dortmund. We won on penalties, and we were still warming up then. 3 goals, 4 goals, 3 goals, 3 goals, 5 goals. We're getting goals. That's a good thing. We've rotated and swapped players out as well. The squad isn't as good as the other teams that I've had, which is a little bit of a worry. Oh, and obviously we're in the Europa League. I completely forgot that Arsenal in the Europa League this year. So not in the Champions League. So I mean, hoping we can get Europa League win this year. Push on. We got a Community Shield that we could possibly win as well. That's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting, guys. So if we look at the tactics, let's look at the squad. We've brought in some players as well, just because they were cheap, and I'm a bit confused about like. the top players don't want to join us. It's not a case of just being able to splash the cash and get them to come in. Obviously, we had Sanchez and Özil running out of contract. I've got Özil to sign his contract, so he's staying. Sanchez isn't yet. So Sanchez might be one that we actually just use to rotate between this wide left position and the central position until he either signs a contract or leaves. But if we use him as the rotation, then we can bring on Iwobi out on the left, and you know we can build some players up. So yeah, if we were to look at the team, I will quickly just put together the first team and then cut you back in. Okay, so this is pretty much the first team we're going to go for. You'll see that midfield is a little bit of a problem. So we'd have obviously Petr Cech in goal. We've got Ospina, not bad for a backup, but we could do with someone better as backup. We've then got Kolasinac as the left back, Mustafi and Koscielny in the middle, and Bellerin on the right. Not bad defenders, not bad at all. We could do with another central defender maybe, which we may look to bring in, maybe a dedicated stopper. Although Koscielny has pretty good stats for it. He's not comfortable playing that position, but he's got great 17 anticipation, 16 composure, 14 decisions. That could be slightly higher because we need him to only go out, and obviously his physical technicals are fine. We need someone who's got very intelligent game to be able to come out and close on that stopper role only when necessary. So happy that he's in there. Got Mustafi in. Could go for someone else. Got Mertesacker on the bench. We haven't really got great depth there. For left back and right back, Bellerin and Kolasinac. It is Kolasinac. I've looked it up. Kolasinac. Got Nacho Monreal and Debussy on the bench if need be. We've got Rob Holding as a backup defender. It may be that we just give Mustafi a season and then try and slot Rob Holding in rather than bring someone else in. Also got Chambers. So we've got some youngsters that we could use. Moving on to midfield, we've picked up Stefano Sturaro. So I was just looking at who was around on the transfer list and, you know, scouting people and going out and scouting for the players and the areas that I needed and looking at the big teams and looking at the big players. And for ball winning support, he was pretty good. Like 16 marking, 14 tackling. But number-wise, stats-wise, great. 19 bravery. We were looking more for those defensive roles, which we had some players for. He's come in as just a 3-star. And if you look, we've got Cazorla, who's out for a long time. Ramsey, who's up there as one of our best ones. And then we've got just a lot of 3s. Wiltshire's obviously injured. Coquelin's there. But these guys are all just a bit... I can't work out who's best. So I saw he was there. He was cheap. 6.5 million. That's how cheap he was. And I thought, oh, well, I might as well pick him up because what's the worst that's going to happen? So he's going to sit in as my ball-winning midfielder first. Obviously, we've got, I think, Coquelin's favourite role was a ball-winning midfield as well. So he was my first choice. But now I think Sturaro is gonna take that one. And then we've got Ramsey on the box-to-box. Again, he's not familiar with the role. We can definitely teach him to be more familiar. He's more of advanced playmaker support, which would work if we look to drop that Özil role back and play with a defensive midfielder and then 2 central midfielders. Then Ramsey comes into his prime, playing as an advanced playmaker from this midfield role. So we'll see how it goes. It might be that we do that. It might be that actually when we play this counter tactic, we play with that already. We play with a much deeper formation, which means we get more rotation depending on who we're playing. We'll try it out. We'll see what's going on. So, yeah, it's a dodgy one. And then back up for those midfield guys, we've got Shaki on the bench. Who else do we have? I know we've got more. We've got Coquelin, Cazorla and Wiltshire when they finally come back. We'll also be able to slot into those roles. So we've got backup. We've got depth, but it's not exactly quality depth, shall we say. And then for the front 4, we really struggle for this central AMC role, which is why I was thinking about dropping back to a 2 midfielder, but Özil plays best here, so I'm again in 2 minds. So we have Sanchez on the left, who we can swap in for either Iwobi out on the left as well. I think he's naturally suited to the left-hand side and as an inside forward as well. So great replacement here for Sanchez. And Iwobi, I was trying to get a Man City, but I ended up getting Sanchez at the end of the season. So reunited with both players. So he can go out on the left. We've also got Welbeck that can play out there on the left and cut inside. So inside forward, we're pretty covered. Wing out on the right, we've got Walcott in there at first. Iwobi and Welbeck can play out there. They're not natural wingers. I will probably look to see if I can get some natural right wingers. I'd love to get Sterling, but I don't think he's going to want to sign because he was impeccable for City when we played last time. So yeah, they can play there, but not great. So we'll maybe get some backup. Obviously, we've got Giroud that can fall in for Lacazette, as well as Welbeck as third choice if need be. Could maybe go for another striker, but let's see. Lacazette is pretty good on the game, isn't he? And Giroud as backup is pretty good as well. And then at problem role, so we've got Özil, and outside of Özil, I think Sanchez is the second. So we've got Wiltshire when he's back can play in that role, Cazorla when he's back, and then Sanchez could also slot in there if need be, or Iwobi. I'd be happy, I think, with Sanchez playing in the middle. I did have comments on the Man City save saying that actually sometimes Sanchez plays better through the middle, so we could try him through the middle, and that's what I mean about if Sanchez is going to leave and not sign a contract, then let's have Iwobi and Özil and Sanchez be back up for both roles, which may work. So that is the team and the tactic. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Let's give you a little look at the team instructions again, so you know you don't have to go back and look. What do you think? What do you think we could change here? I've done a bit of reading. I've watched a lot of the gameplay for that Invincible season and how they played, and I am quite excited about this very definitive defender role, midfield role, and attack role. And I think, yeah, that interesting bit about how to get good control tactic versus a good counter tactic. There's a bit more to think about here, and we're not out and out the best team here. We're Arsenal. We like to trudge. We're only expected to get fourth, so a bit like Liverpool, they're not expected to do as much. So it's a bit of a harder challenge here. We can't just go out and buy the best players. So who do we pick to fit the right roles is going to be an interesting one. And I just like the way the tactic works. This is the tactic I feel I'll take and use elsewhere because it has applications at lower levels. Being like defensively solid and having defenders only do their job and then having midfield do their job and attack is something that works much better at lower league. And if you can get that working as a system, I think you would go very far. If we quickly, just before we jump, I didn't go for the PIs. So if we go for the play instructions, we've got the back four and hold position, so don't get too far forward. So that just really applies to the wing backs because these guys, actually the stopper will get forward, but the full backs are on hold position, so they keep that line, play that offside trap better. Close down more on the mid, and much more is obviously already on the ball in the midfielder, but these two doing the closing down, whilst these guys are still on close down less, which is the team instruction. And then we've got the Walcott and Sanchez on less because they're on team instructions. They don't have any further instructions. We may put some roaming instructions possibly on these front guys to help the fluidity of the attack. No instructions on Özil, and Lacazette's on close down more as well, just so there's a bit of pressure from the front man. These guys can take it easy as the main outlets, and these guys will do the closing down. So he'll be running and chasing down the defenders. These guys will be chasing down as well, but the other guys get a bit more of a break. So we left that for now, but yeah, like I said, we may put some roaming on for some of them. I think there is, where is it? Yeah, hold from position, roam from position. Maybe get that on for some of these roles, depending on what's going on. But we'll see how it plays and how we do against the bigger and smaller teams. So we'll play the Chelsea game. Let's get to the Chelsea game. We'll get one game in on this first episode as well as the introduction, and see how the team performs and see if we can win a Community Shield. Okay, so we're gonna play the counter formation against Chelsea. Let's try it out. I am gonna drop him and play with that more solid defensive role and have these guys close down a bit more. See how that works. We may tweak and fart around with it in game. And we're gonna leave Özil in there as well rather than moving. That may be a mistake, but we'll see. It's against Chelsea. I don't really care that much about a Community Shield. I just want to see how they play. See if Özil can play in that dropped role. If not, we'll switch Ramsey in. We'll bring on one of the defensive midfielders and we'll play that way. And it may be that's just how we have to play. We do a lot of rotation during the season. But we'll see. We'll see how we get in. So let's get into the game. Okay, so we are obviously lining up with this flying V, the formation that I don't like playing against a lot, but we're lining up with it ourselves. Going against the, it's a horrible formation, the 5-2-3, so they've got the wing backs. And then they've got, Masondo, and obviously Morata up front is going to be a pain. The Chelsea team is quite good. It's going to be a pain to play against. Courtois is very good in goal. So let's see how we can do against one of these big boys. Let's get straight in with an assertive. Go out there and impress me. That'll do for now. Hopefully I shouldn't need specific team instructions. Like, I don't need to close down and tighten up Fabregas because I've already got those three midfielders on close down more. So they should close him down anyway. So let's see. Let's get out there and see what we can do, boys. First game as Arsenal manager underway in this brand new series. As we get forward straight away. Oh, we've hit the crossbar within 19 seconds by accident from the left back. Who I've looked at his name so many times. It's like Kolasinac. I'm going to have to remember it every time I go to say it. If you are here and you are a new subscriber, recently new subscriber to the channel, welcome. Welcome to your first brand new series from the beginning. I hope you enjoy. If you let me know down in the comments where you have come from. Where did you find out about Big Herb the Nerd? If you can let me know down in the comments. And also, if you've got any tips and stuff, let me know down below as well. I do try to take in where I can your tips and tricks, because a lot of the time you guys have tried this stuff and failed more than I have. So the first big highlight then. Courtois on the ball. Out to Rudiger. Sterling on the ball into Willian. Fabregas, right. So they're not actually closing down. Sonda. So we could get caught with width here. Those three in the middle do play very, very centrally. Courtois again. Another Chelsea highlight. Christensen. Fabregas. Kante. Aspilicueta. Yeah, they're really doubling up on those guys. And we are sitting quite deep. With three midfielders. Willian here. Puts the ball in. Morata. Oh, heads over. Yeah, I don't like how deep we are actually sitting. Let's have a look at the tactics. So these guys are sitting too close together and far too deep. Let's switch. Let's switch it up. Back to what we thought we were going to go for. I know it was only 20 minutes, but I didn't like the way it was looking. Even in key highlights. There we go. Long ball that we've won. That's what we want to see. Storari. Ramsey. See, if we're not pushing them high up the pitch as well, they're not going to play longer balls. They're going to walk it towards us. Alexis now on the ball. Oh, tackled in the box. Morata now. 3 defenders he's got to beat. He beats 1. That's not good. Oh. Great shot, Morata. Congratulations, son. I mean, we've only played for 5 minutes. I feel like it's better. We've got a shot now. Right, check. Big ball. Alexis doesn't win it, though. That's not good. Willian. Tries to get fine. Morata. Does. Good tackle by Mustafi there. Finds Alexis. Right, can we attack with pace as we should do now? No, Alexis Sanchez runs into the middle and loses the ball. Great. As you see, if they are getting the ball through to Morata, they're having long shots, and he's got 4 defenders always to beat. So, defensively, we're doing well. We just need to get the attacking bit turned on. Like now, we've won the ball. Storaro into Lacazette. Clumsy at the moment. Lacazette now goes for long shot himself. So, attacking at the moment is a little clumsy. What are our stats looking like? Percentage-wise, 70% passes completed is not great. I wonder if the defence are pumping the ball long. Oh, Ramsey picked up an injury. That's not good. We've made it to half-time though. 0-0. 4 shots not on target. We've made ourselves back up since we made the change back to control. But I don't think we're getting the ball to where we need to get it to. So let's give them a little bit of assertive. I am... Go out there and make it happen. But I'm going to... Only because I want to specifically shout at some of you. Talk to players. Assertive. I'm not happy with performance. Good. They look fired up. Ramsey we may have to bring off. Because he's pooped. So let's bring on... So we haven't got any real good box-to-box midfielders. Let's bring on in. Start the second half. We're not... I need to see the play. Right, here we go. Walcott's on the ball. Big ball through in space into Lacazette. Oh, brought down in the box and we get a penalty. Nice. See, I like those. Passes into space, but maybe we take it off direct. Maybe we put it back onto mixed. We'll keep an eye on it. Lacazette scores the penalty. We are 1-0 up. Nicely done. But that ball from Walcott is exactly what I wanted to see. Getting the ball back. Oh, it's going to show the penalty, obviously. But getting the ball back quickly, passing it through into space, having Lacazette run at defenders. I'll strike some fear into them. Yes, you see the front guys not playing well under this formation. Bellerin now on the ball. Into Özil. I don't get the play. The passing's very, very sloppy, and this is what I don't get. I don't know. The tactic isn't telling him to play too quickly. It's not telling him to play too bad. Oh, Masondo at the back post. That was poor marking. Poor bit defending there by us. Definitely got overrun. But I don't know why the passing's so bad. So Morata here. What's happened? Plays inside to Sterling. They just get men over. Willian. And everyone goes towards him and leaves Masondo at the back post. That was just one of those goals, I think. Right, let's swap some of these guys up because they're not having good games. Get a Wobium. And I haven't got enough tackers to put on somebody else. Okay, Walcott, you're going to have to stay on, mate. Sterling now into Kante. Fabregas plays in Morata. Good slide tackle there. Bellerin now on the ball into Özil. Out to Iwobi. Into Shaki White. So this is where we come forward. We're not playing it quickly though, are we? Lacazette. Into Walcott. Walcott puts the ball inside. No one's there though. That's what Iwobi, that's what you're on attack for, mate. Musonda now on the ball. Aspilicueta. Fabregas. Musonda. Into Morata. Long shot. Long shot. 15 minutes to go. It's a bit quiet, isn't it? A bit quiet for my liking. But like I said, the guys are still getting used to the tactic. Not got great ratings going on out there. Right, 4 minutes to go in added time. Walcott's won the ball now. Right, can we... This is what we want to see. Blistering pace. Run at the fence. Good. Put the ball inside. Oh, Walcott, man. Exactly what I wanted to see you do. Hit the byline, put the ball inside, and you had 2 people waiting, and you've absolutely fluffed it. That's a mark in the book against Walcott. Doesn't do what he's asked. Kennedy now. Oh, great tackle again. Right, Lacazette. No, you're not going to win it. Özil. Lacazette. Go on. Inside. One-on-one. Oh, he's hit the foot of the post. Damn. Oh, how close was that? I'm going to have to go for penalty strike as well. We'll auto-pick penalty strikers because I hate penalties. Fabregas up first. Scores. Damn. We may have to, like, super cut this down so the video's not too long to start with. Lacazette. Oh. Hits the woodwork. Who hits the woodwork on a penalty? Özil. Oh, they're doing the old ABBA model. Oh, he's decided he wants to step the other side, and he's missed it as well. Okay, let's hope we don't get penalties in any competitions, because this could go horribly wrong. 2 goals scored for Chelsea. Willian. 3 goals scored for Chelsea. I think we might be losing the Charity Shield here. Good way to start the series. Iwobi now. Come on, Iwobi. Show me what you got. Yes! Good job, son. Who's up next? You've got to score, Walcott. You've got to make up for that terrible cross that you put in. Walcott. Come on. Oh, he does score. Oh. Well, now, Czech's got to save. I mean, we like to draw out a penalty shootout, don't we? Kennedy. Oh, he's blasted it over. Wow. Who's up? So it's another one for them. So if they miss again... I hate this bloody ABBA model because it gets too confusing. So I think still, if Azpilicueta scores, they still win. Oh, there we go. So we've lost on penalties in the Charity Shield. That's fine. Okay, post-match. I don't want to watch this rubbish. We didn't... Overall, that possession stat is terrible. So we're definitely going to have to think about tweaking the... what's that thing called? Passing. The passing, yes. We're going to get that further down. Because it didn't really work, and I imagine that's why these guys had worse stats out on the wings, because they're supposed to be getting the ball and they obviously weren't. So we'll tweak that. That's a good thing to learn. And you didn't really put performance I was proud of in. But we will end it there. We will end it there. Thank you very much for watching this first episode. If you have enjoyed, smash that like button. Let's try and get 25 likes on this first video for this Arsenal tactic. Let me know down in the comments where you found Big Hev the Nerd. I'm interested to see if I've had a couple of shout outs from some bigger guys, which is very, very exciting for the channel. I want to see if you're sticking around and watching the videos. And if not, if you've come from... I know there's a couple of guys who comment who have been here for a long time, and I appreciate you guys being in from the very beginning. Humble beginnings. About a year ago. We're coming up to our year anniversary now. So thank you very much for everyone that is watching this video right now. But yeah, smash the like button. Let me know down in the comments where you've come from, where you found Big Herb, and any tips and tricks for this little video. Also, any players. Looking for, I'm looking for a Burkamp filler and an Henri filler. They're quite hard to find. But thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.